Right, dear viewers, I'm back again. Today we have a plan to study different kinds of percentages because this has been requested by one of my learners so that we can discuss it here and we can learn from there. Right, let's move on, dear viewers. So we will discuss parts of speech today. We'll kick off a discussion exactly at 5:30 when this class is supposed to start. So what do you understand by parts of speech? Each sentence or each statement or each speech has many words. In another word, many parts, which we call parts of speech. And basically, the word part can be used as a noun, verb, adjective, and adverb. Part, part. That is the interesting of this spelling and the pronunciation. Part,
part,
noun. Take part. Part, verb.
part,
To separate or cause something or someone to separate. The curtains parted. Pang of parting. If you part your hair, you arrange it so that it falls on either side of the head by separating with a line down the middle or on one side. Mhm. Part, adjective, adverb. Okay. Partly, he's part African. His father was born in Somalia. The exam is part spoken and part written. Adjective, he is a part owner of the shop. Part payment is acceptable sometimes. You could only your part. Oh, that's a fascinating. The word part can be noun. I should say basically not can be maybe. The word part can maybe noun, verb, adjective, or adverb depending on the usage. And there are eight kinds of parts, eight kind of parts of speech, and they're as follows. Noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. And today, possibly, we can discuss four types of participles depending on the time. So, once again, dear viewers, you're watching the live stream from the UK, and our local time is 5:32 a.m. Thursday morning. It is the GMT or the Greenwich Mean Time, and as you can see, I'm at my home. So, noun, speech. Basically, noun is a name of anything, name for anything, whatever you say. It also refers to a thing, a book, a person, Betty Crocker, an animal, cat, a place, Omaha, a quality, softness, an idea, justice, or an action, yodeling, etc. It is usually a single word, but not always. It can be plural. Cake, shoes, school bus, time, and if have are all nouns. So, parts of speech is one of the amazing parts of English grammar through which we can learn a lot of things. Why do we need to know the parts of speech? That is the biggest question very often many of our learners ask me. As you might be aware that when you're trying to learn English as a non-native, you have to understand how sentences are formed, how we can create structures, how we can make good conversation. Because if you don't know how to use the words properly and correctly, it will be difficult for you to write it correctly and speak correctly as well. And which is why we need to understand the grammar, and persuasive is one of them. And I always suggest to study basic grammar, like what are the basic grammars, like punctuations, then number, then articles, then syllables, possibly, yeah, then parts of speech, then tense, after that possibly narration and voice. These are the basic grammars. As long as you can study, as long as you can learn from it, there is much likely that your English would be improving tremendously in an amazing way, so that you can take your English language to the next level. It's important for us to know grammar once again. This is one of the reasons, and very often I compare English grammar as, if English language is a body and grammar is the, all the bones of the body, which gives you shape, which gives you the proper, size as well of your different body parts. Uh, Also, I compare, if English language is a house and grammar is the unit, which is brick, and you can't build a house without a proper brick. And also sometimes I compare English language is a city and grammar is the all the traffic rules of the city. Good morning, Ahmed. Welcome. I'm happy to see you. But possibly you're busy nowadays. You don't join me that much, Like yesterday came, you said hello, and then you're gone. So if you're free, just let me know. I'll be able to hop on here, bring you here. Okay. So if you understand noun, then we can understand pronoun as well. So those are the some important reasons why you need to learn grammar. Though it is possible to learn English without grammar. Yes, it is possible, because people who are born in English speaking countries, or the children or the people who migrate there in very early age, they learn the language automatically. They don't have to know the grammar. But even uh, English speaking countries like the UK, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, or South Africa, children are taught grammar in year 5 and year 6, and many people are not aware of it. They think that, oh, because they're born there, they don't have to learn grammar. That is not necessarily true, because one is the matter of writing, academic writing, which starts from the early age, like primary school. One teacher asks the student to write a paragraph or story, or describe something. They need to know how the grammar works, and teacher always explains them how they can write it. So Ahmed, I'm sure if you're still there, let me know if you're free to join. But it appears that you're quite busy nowadays, and we just come here and say hello, and then you're gone. Okay, so grammar is definitely important, especially if you like to have good marks in academic writing, whether you are a student of school, undergraduate level, graduate level, or postgraduate level, or research level, or any other level where English writing is important. Ahmed says, I'm here, teacher, but a little bit busy. Okay, no problem. All right, so you need to know the grammar correctly. Grammar teaches us how you can use the word, how you can make your sentence clear, how you can make your sentence understandable, how you can make your sentence logical, how you can make your sentence sensible. So these are the reasons why you need to know the grammar. Okay, so let's move on, guys. As I said, parts of speech. So every speech or every statement or every writing or every sentence that we speak or we converse, uh, each word has different names, and we call them parts of speech. Oh, thank you very much if you're listening to me, Ahmed. Okay, and there are 8 kinds of parts of speech: noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. In this lesson, today we'll try to discuss 4 types of parts of speech, if the time allows. Otherwise, we'll just discuss only one: noun. Okay, speech is noun. Okay, remember the word part can be used as a noun, as a verb, as an adjective, as an adverb, depending on the usage. So this is the importance of learning grammar. If you know about a word, possibly you can identify what class or which kind of verb base the word is. Like this word part, as I said, may be used as a noun, may be used as a verb, may be used as an adjective, or may be used as an adverb. So this is how grammar teaches us. All right, so first example would be as a noun. Hey, take your part and go away. Where is my part? Okay, you can eat your part only. Parts of the movie was not. Parts of the movie were not. Sorry, it's a plural number. Parts of the movie were good, or you can say parts of the movie were not good. Okay, doctor has to take away part of his heart or lungs. So this is how you can use it now. Now verb. If you know the meaning of verb, noun is a name of anything. Basically, before we explain how it works as noun or verb or adjective or adverb, we need to sorry describe. As you know, noun is a name of anything. So it also refers to a thing. Okay, like a book, a person, any person like Ahmed, Rahat, Betty Crocker, an animal, any kind of animal like cat, dog, zebra, elephant, tiger. A place like Omaha is a place, or it's New York, London, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, Japan, any place. A quality like softness, kindness, etc., or an idea like a justice, thought process, or an action like walking, etc. Okay, it is usually a single word, but it may be plural as well, but not always, as I say, like cake, shoes, school bus. Look, there are two compound words, 2 words like school bus, spring roll. Okay, one and a half. These are compound words. When there is more than one word in a word, and which makes a complete, meaning, we call them compound word. These are also nouns. So uh, nouns can be different classes: singular, plural, countable, uncountable, common, proper, collective, abstract, concrete. Hi, people who have joined from the Facebook Live as well as from the YouTube Live. Welcome. We are having a discussion of basic grammar, especially noun today. Okay, so You can see that now this noun is also dependent on the number. If you remember what is number, number is the sense of quantity. From the name singular, you can understand singular comes from single. So one is the measurement or the quantity of one for anything, we call it singular number. When it is more than one, we call it plural number. And from the name countable and uncountable, countable nouns are those which can be counted, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kg, 10 kg, okay, or metric ton, or currency like dollar, $5, $10, etc. And uncountable are those nouns which we cannot be counted at all, but it can be felt, tasked, and described, like, say, quality, water. The water can be counted, money can be counted, but in grammatical aspect, we treat them as an uncountable noun. Like knowledge, like wisdom. Okay, and then is common noun. Common noun are those which are just a common name for everything, like a country. So there are many countries around the world. So, for example, England is a name of a country, it's a common noun. Or a car, like Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, Lamborghini. Or a man, so each man has a noun. Each man has a name. So man is a common noun. Child, each child has a name. Okay. And proper noun is just when something or some city or some person has got a specific name, we call them proper noun, like Jane, Tokyo, the Belfast. The Belfast is the name of a ship, by the way, guys. All right. And I'm sure you know Jane is the name of a person, and Tokyo is the name of a city. And collective noun is when it's like a group of people that uh, unifies a team. We call them collective noun, like army, police, family. Okay,
police,
police. Remember, in police, this O is a schwa sound, so it's place rather than police. Place. So I'm sure you have listened to me about the explanation of schwa sound. Schwa sounds are those lazy sounds which shouldn't be pronounced at all, which we ignore when you're learning and developing your phonetics or sound. So we've got to be careful. Army. And another important matter is that according to the English phonetics, there are two types of phonetics and rules. One is the British IPA, and another one is the US IPA, American IPA. And there are many differences as well, guys. Though IPA should be same in broader aspect, but they are not, especially when it's the matter of pronouncing letter R and letter T. We have to bear in mind that British English is non-rhotic, which means that in most of the cases, letter R is not pronounced at all, except if the R is at the beginning of the word or if the R is in between two vowel sounds. In other cases, we never pronounce R. So in this word, like army, not army, army, R is silent, or R is replaced by vowel sound. And whereas American English is rhotic English, which means that they pronounce R everywhere, with the exception of few places. So we get to be careful. And letter T, in British English, letter T is always strong. And whereas in American English, letter T sounds like D, we call it flap T, which is why we pronounce water and they say water. Okay, this is one of the greatest examples when we are explaining the difference of these two languages. And also there are many differences. Let's not go there today. Let's focus on today's lesson. Okay, so this is important. Army, place, family. Abstract noun is the quality of human beings. We call them external, like love, fear, emotions, etc. And concrete nouns are those which are like tangible. Okay, and these are the main group of nouns. There may be more, but we're just describing the important groups. So the concrete, the pronunciation, concrete, concrete or concrete. Let me see.
Concrete.
Concrete. So it is noun. Uh, One of the important matter of noun and verb is that in English language there are thousands of words uh, which have got meaning of noun and verb, and we have to bear in mind that there is a sound variation when we use as a noun and when we use as a verb. When you use as a noun, it is upper intonation to down intonation. So this example for like concrete, con upper intonation and crete is down intonation. Okay, so if you would like to use this one as a verb, it should be the other way around. So it's down intonation to upper intonation, like concrete or concrete. Okay, so we got to be careful.
Concrete.
Similarly, I gave this example very often, like close, close. Okay, it can be used as verb, noun, and adjective as well. So we have to remember when you use as a verb, S of the close sounds like Z, close. Like, can you close the door, please? Could you close the window? It's a bit cold outside. And when you use it a verb, that's time. Remember the S sounds once again as Z. Z, close. Z. And when you use it a noun, the S sounds like S, simple, close. Like he's my close friend, not close friend. Yeah, if you ever say close friend, that means you're pronouncing it wrongly, incorrectly. And when use as an adjective, remember in adjective that close sound should be like S sound. Like he's my close friend. I don't have close family anymore. Okay, so these are the examples, guys. So yes, now pronoun. You can see from the name pronoun. And in English language, pro is a prefix where we use this word pro like probiotic, pronoun. Okay, this prefix means when something is used in place of that word. Like pronouns are those words. Pronouns are those words which are used in place of noun. So that is very simple and easy. Similarly, if you ever know this word probiotic, probiotic. Okay, so probiotics are those drinks or food or where it is used for your indigestions or digestions. Probiotic. Okay, we call sometimes in medical terms pro drug, which means uh, these are used in place of direct drug. So what are the pronouns mostly we use? They're personal pronouns or subjective pronouns like I, we, he, she. Possessive when it describes a possession like me, I, our, his, like my book. Object, object pronoun, yeah? Is it object or objective pronoun? Object pronoun. So there may be some other classification. It says personal, demonstrative, interrogative, relative, indefinite, reflexive, intensive as well. Oh, as I say, personal pronouns are those pronouns that is related to human. Okay, subjective personal pronouns are pronouns that act as a subject of the sentence. If you're learning English as a second language, remember the subjective personal pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, you, they. Like, I walked directly to the party. You showed up late. She was annoyed. He thought you had forgotten about the party, but you didn't. I know that. We know you were just behind the time. And objective personal pronouns are those pronouns that act as on object sentence. Okay, so these are the some commons like me, you, her, him, it, us, you, them. Okay, then possessive personal pronouns. Okay, let me give you example for the objective personal pronoun. Like, uh, are you looking for me? Here, me is a personal uh, objective pronoun. The police is chasing after them. Okay, they're writing a letter to us. Okay, the next one is possessive personal pronouns, who shows the possession of anything, like mine, yours. The book is mine. The book is yours. It is hers book. It is his book. All right, it is ours book. It is theirs book. Is this book yours or his? For example, all the books are mine. Nobody's house has as many books as theirs, not even ours. Okay, so these are some of the examples. Next one is demonstrative pronoun. So demonstrative pronouns point and identify a noun and pronoun, like these and these refers to things that are nearly in space, nearby in space or time, while that and those refers to things that are farther away in space or farther away time. For example, this is the dress I wear every day. That is her favorite dress, which she always likes to buy from the supermarket. Hey, that's not true. Here, that is a demonstrative pronoun, and it is reflecting the previous sentence, whatever you have said to someone else. Is that true that you have violated the Hello Code of Conduct? Then you can say, oh, that's not true. Okay, please pay for those items. Yeah, those is a demonstrative pronoun again. Next one is possessive, objective, demonstrative. Okay, we're going to explain reciprocal later. Interrogative pronouns. Okay, WH sound. Interrogative pronouns. So if you remember, what is interrogation? Interrogation means asking questions. That's a very common word if you are ever taken to a police or any checking like in immigration. When people or the custom officer are doubtful about it, they can interrogate. When you are doing something wrong, police can stop and interrogate. And interrogate means asking questions. So most of the WH sounds are the interrogative pronouns like who, whom, which, what, when. Okay, we have to bear in mind that in these words, H is always silent. Okay, so not in who, it should be pronounced, not in whom, it is which, what, when. Okay, and whatever, whenever. So let me give some examples so that it is clear for you. So before that, I need to also clarify that we use who and whom referring to people, and we use which and what referring to non-human subject or object. So who acts as a subject sometimes, and while whom acts as an object. We have to remember using of who and whom is very confusing. We're going to take one class or lesson in the future. So let's give an example. So who is knocking at my door? Here, who is an interrogative pronoun. Like, who are you? Another one, very common question. So who are you is a very common question, and also an amazing dialogue of the movie Kung Fu Panda, the last part. I'm the Kung Fu Panda. I'm a teacher. I'm student. I'm poor. I'm the dragon. I'm the Kung Fu Panda. That's his dialect. Okay. Which is the best restaurant in the city? What did he tell you? Whom should we invite? What do you want? What do you want? Look, what did he tell you? What do you want? Which is the best restaurant in the city? Whom should we invite? So these are the some examples of interrogative pronouns. Next one is relative pronouns. Again, remember that relative pronouns and the interrogative pronouns, they are almost same except how the sentence structures are made. So relative pronouns is always related to the pronoun of the subject. We also can use again who, whom, that, which, what, wherever, okay, whomever or whichever. So we got to be careful. Remember that the difference between relative pronoun and interrogative pronoun is that in interrogative pronoun these words are treated as questions, where in this case in relative pronoun this is working as in replacement of the subject. Let me give you an example. Like, who are you? Here, who is a relative pronoun, and this is the person who I was talking about. Here, who is a relative pronoun because this who has been replaced by the person. So next one is, oh, this is the supermarket that I like much, or which I like much. It can be used which or that. So these are also this which and that are used as a relative pronoun about the supermarket. Okay. The bill, which included all our meals, was larger than expected. Another example. So mean this bill, which included all our meals, was larger than expected. You can see that the which here has been denoting or has been used to clarify the bill. The waiter who served us doesn't know how to, uh, you know, add. The waiter who serves us always greets us, for example. Okay, so look, these are also good examples, and also we have to remember that We use relative pronouns in many cases of making compound and complex sentences, which we'll be coming back later. Okay, and in many cases, especially IELTS exam or any other academic exam or English language exam, examiners always expect that learners use compound and complex sentences. And if you ever use it in your writing as well as in speaking, complex and compound sentences, then it will be better for you to get your required score. Okay, let's move on, guys. Indefinite pronouns. You can see that uh, indefinite means when it is not definite. And what's the meaning of definite and indefinite? Definite means when something is fixed and you have come to know about the defined thing. So indefinite pronouns refer to an unidentifiable but not specified person or thing. Also, an indefinite pronoun conveys the idea of all, any, none, of some. So these are the most common indefinite pronouns we use: all, another, any, anybody, anyone. As you can see from the screen, few, some, all. I've given 3 examples. Now I'm explaining more. Uh, Anything, each, everybody, everyone, everything, few, many, nobody, none, one, several, some, somebody, someone. Okay, so anyone, anybody, no one, nobody, someone, somebody, everyone, everybody. These are all examples of indefinite pronouns. Like everybody got lost on the way there. Everybody's so supportive in this app, so that it makes me comfortable to feel like home. Oh, somebody forgot to bring the map at the class. No wonder so few showed up. Okay, there are few peoples around the world who are always famous for their inventions. So these are some of the examples of indefinite pronouns. Now, reflexive. If you remember, like myself. So what are the reflections or reflexive pronouns means? Reflexive pronouns refer back to the subject or the clause of sentence. And in grammar, we use reflexive pronoun by using self after the main word. So it is like myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself. When you make it plural, it becomes selves. So ourselves, yourselves, themselves. Okay, and good example would be she baked a cake for herself. We decided to eat ourselves. We heard her say they should be ashamed of themselves. Uh, this is one of the common mistakes, guys. I'm going to explain and show you. Very often, I have heard this many Asian people introduced like this. Hey, myself, Rahat. Okay, do not even I have seen in some Indian movies as well. They have used this English, but literally, this is a wrong way of introduction. Do not use reflexive pronoun for your introduction. Simply you say, I am Rahat, or this is Rahat, or when you're calling over the phone, it is Rahat, this is Rahat, or I'm Rahat. Don't say that myself Rahat, okay? That is totally a wrong English expression. Okay, let me see if there is any more we have left. Objective, reciprocal, or reciprocal, and distributive. Okay. we're going to describe in a moment, guys. And there is another types of nouns. We call them, though I have not mentioned it here, intensive pronouns. Intensive pronouns are also used to emphasize their antecedent. Intensive pronouns are identical in form of reflexive pronouns. All right, that's why I didn't classify it. So reflexive pronouns are also called intensive pronouns. Okay, depending on the use. So if I give you example, it will be clear. Like I myself find pronouns are fascinating. They themselves think that they're the best cooks in their area. You yourself claim that you are the king. You see, when the reflexive pronouns directly explaining about the subject, we call them intensive pronouns. All right, so reciprocal. Let me see. Reciprocal pronoun. So what is a reciprocal pronoun? A reciprocal pronoun is a pronoun which is used to indicate that two or more people are carrying out or have carried out an action of some type, with both receiving the benefits of consequences simultaneously. Okay, let me find out the word. Is it simultaneously or simultaneously?
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously, not simultaneously, but maybe let me.
Simultaneously.
Yeah, British IPS simultaneously and American IPS simultaneously. So we need to be careful about using these two sounds. Simultaneously, British IPA, simultaneously, American IPA. Okay, so reciprocal pronouns are kind of pronoun which is used to indicate that two or more people are engaged or carrying in similar actions, like they are talking to each other. Okay, and I'm trying to find out. Hang on a second. Example. So, yeah, they're talking to each other. Okay, there is another important matter when we are pronouncing the word each. We got to be careful because each and each is almost similar sound, but shorter and longer sound. Each is shorter sound, where each, like when it's a smile, we have to make our face a bit longer to prolong the sound. Each. They're talking to each other. The members are fighting with one another. We use each other when an action happens between two people or two persons. Remember that both are correct. Person is singular. It can be plural as persons in academic writing or people. Okay, so they're talking to each other. That means there are two people. They're talking, like there is A and there is B. If A is talking to B and B is talking to A, then we can say A and B, they're talking to each other. And while there is more than two people, we say one another. Like these three members are talking to one another, but the two members are talking to each other. Remember, each other, the action happens to two people, whereas one another, more than two. So that is one of the common grammar mistakes very often we make. All right, so next one is distributive pronoun. So what are distributive pronouns? Distributive pronouns are those pronouns when the subject works as a separately rather than collectively, like either. Remember, either, both are correct sounds. One is British IPA, another is an American IPA. We'll find it out in a moment. Neither. Okay. Each. So these are some examples. Either John and or Julie has done the job. Neither John nor Julie has done the job. If you use either, generally it comes or. If you use neither, it comes with nor. Okay. So these are the some examples. As I was saying, the word
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
either or either.
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 Okay, remember that either is the British IPA, as I said earlier. Either is an American IPA, and as a uh, part of the combination of group verbs, either goes with or, and neither goes with nor. Like like either John or Julie has done the job. When it's a positive meaning, neither John nor Julie has done the job, and we use either in the meaning of two, like I don't know him either. Okay, I don't meet and my husband doesn't either. There is good, another example. Or I have never been to States. Oh, I haven't either. Have you been to the London? No, I haven't either. Never, or I haven't either. They do really good food at the restaurant and it's not very expensive either. Here, either means two. Okay, so more examples. I have never been either. I have never been before either, so it's all strange to me. We certainly don't lead a life of luxury, but we are not poor either. And the dress that you bought me doesn't fit either, she shouted as she walked off. Actually, I'm pleased you don't want to go because I don't either. I'm not allowed another piece of cake, so you're not either. Look, these are amazing examples, you know. So these are the all about the pronouns, guys. So we don't have much time, and there is a question from Bijoy, one of my subscriber from yesterday, to describe this word beautiful. Okay, I'm going to describe the word Bijoy. I'm not sure if you're there or not, but give me one quick second. Okay, let me share this page. So this is the response of Bijoy's request. He can watch it later. He asked me beautiful, how to pronounce, and how from this parts of is beautiful we can make more words. So let's find out first how it should be pronounced correctly. Is it beautiful or beautiful or beautiful? Let's see.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, simply adjective. Okay, I'm just going to show you the IPA. IPA symbol. So dear viewers, if you remember, it's an adjective, okay? And what is an adjective? Adjectives are those words which defines a noun or pronoun, their quality, quantity, okay? And it is always related to the noun. An amazing part of the adjective is that there must be a verb before an adjective. This is how we can identify about an adjective. I took up to now 2 lessons about adjectives and adverbs, okay? And also adjective describes how a thing is happening, or a quantity, as I said, or quality. So beautiful, you can see from the phonetic symbol, beautiful, there are 3 syllabic words. Beautiful. If you ever notice this IPA, let me explain, guys, how you can understand how many syllables are there. It must be always written clearly. Look, beauty. This is 1 syllable, and then T, say I'm making it blue, then full and black. Beautiful. And when we're pronouncing beau, it should be a bit longer sound. Beautiful rather than beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful is an adjective. All right. So can we make it an adverb? Yes. If you remember, by adding ly after most of the adjectives, we can turn the word into adverb. So let's make it. Beautifully. Now it has become adverb. So for adjective, simply you can make sentences. There are thousands of sentences you can make with adjective. Like, it's a beautiful day. Wow, the girl is very beautiful. Roses are always beautiful. She has got a beautiful dress. Joanna always loves beautiful clothings. You see? And another important question here. Beautiful. Can it be used as a noun? Guys, what do you think? Can you use it as a noun? I've got a question for you. Yes, it may be used as a noun, but it depends on the expression. Like, you have done a beautiful job. You did a beautiful thing in be helping those poor children. Okay, I thought she was the most beautiful woman in the world, but she's not. The scenery here is so beautiful. Okay, so these are the examples. Beautiful. Now, adverb, as I said, we have written adverb is beautifully. Let me give some examples. You know the meaning of adverb. Adverb always describes how a verb is done, or also describe another adverb. Okay, like, she sings beautifully. You talk beautifully. You say now beautifully. This word adverb is explaining how you sing, how you talk. So that is the function of adverb. She sings beautifully. You can see that. Okay, this is one of the examples. The class will be ending in 5 minutes. That's okay. We can finish before the 5 minutes. Now, can you make it a noun? Yes, beauty is a noun. And also beautician, another noun. You know that beauticians are those people who work in a beauty parlor to make you beautiful. Okay, and beauty is noun. How we can use the noun? Remember that we can use the noun when we're explaining the quality of someone, like truthfulness is a great beauty of human character. A thing of beauty is joy forever. It's a very famous dialogue of an English poet. I think it is maybe Keats' dialogue. A thing of beauty is joy forever. Okay, truthfulness is one of the greatest beauties of her character. Beautician. Oh, she works as a beautician somewhere. You see, this is another example. Now, can you make it gerund? Yes. You know what is gerund? But before that, I need to understand, can you make it verb from this word? Yes, beautify. Beautify is the verb. Like, I can say that honesty always beautifies your character. Okay? Uh, this beautifies the picture. If you add a color, this color, say green or red, this color beautifies the picture or the painting. And if you remember, I said to you, can you make it gerund? Gerunds are those words when we add ing with a verb, and at that time that verb works like a noun or an adjective. So in this case, if you use ing with beautify, so it becomes beautifying, it is a gerund. Okay, it is a beautifying matter that people always like to tell the truth. So we're explaining, okay, beautifying matter. So here, beautifying works as a noun or adjective, and we call them gerund. And can you make more words from beautiful or beautify? Yes, beautifyingly. This is another verb. Beautifyingly. So this is an amazing example. Ahmed said, teacher, can I send you a journal? Yes, please do send me, Ahmed. I'll explain. So send me in the subscriber chat, Ahmed, so that I can have a look and we can discuss whatever you want to. That will be great. Thank you very much. I didn't notice your comment. Sorry, Ahmed, but you can send it. Nothing to be worried. Okay, so these are the words. Look, you have learned one word, beautiful. Now you know beautifully, beauty, beautician, beautify, beautifying, beautifyingly. And there is another word as well, another noun, beautification. Okay, guys, so that is all about today's lesson. And thank you very much for listening to me, watching this silently. And I will see you when I see you. You take care, and remember that whatever you learn from any teacher, you must practice it. Otherwise, it is our human brain which tends to forget everything. Okay, practice, practice, and practice. Don't live a single day without practice. All right, guys, you take care and bye.